Top 100 space facts. Let's get into it. Did you know the first signs of alien life may not be spaceships at all? Scientists predict the first contact will likely be with microbes, tiny alien bacteria hidden beneath ice on moons like Europa or Eucalyptus. But even microbes would change everything. Finding DNA-like structures different from our own could prove that life isn't unique to Earth, and that discovery would force humanity to rethink its place in the universe overnight. Did you know our planet Earth might seed life beyond our solar system? You see, when large asteroids or comets strike Earth, the impacts are so violent they can launch debris into space. Some of these debris escapes Earth's gravity entirely, drifting through the solar system and possibly beyond. If microbes survive inside those rocks, they could carry fragments of Earth's biosphere to other planets or even other star systems. This idea is called lipopanspermia, and it suggests that Earth isn't just a home for life, it could be a seed factory for the galaxy. Did you know our planet Earth is actually reshaping the solar system? You see, Earth isn't just passively orbiting the Sun, it's influencing the orbits of Mars, Venus, and even asteroids. Over millions of years, these tiny gravitational nudges can shift planetary alignments. Some simulations even show that Earth helps stabilize the inner solar system, preventing catastrophic orbital chaos. Without Earth's tug, Mars could drift into wild orbits or even risk being ejected from the inner solar system entirely. So, Earth isn't just a planet in the solar system, instead it's one of its quiet architects. Did you know some asteroids bring alien metals we've never seen before? When asteroids slam into Earth, they sometimes deliver materials forged in ancient supernovae. For example, some meteorites contain rare isotopes of elements like iridium and osmium, much rarer than gold. One asteroid impact even left behind a mineral called quasicrystal with atomic patterns so strange scientists once thought they were impossible. These alien metals are like cosmic fingerprints telling the stories of stars that exploded billions of years ago. Did you know Earth has a hidden force field protecting us from space? It's called the magnetosphere, and it shields us from deadly solar radiation. Without it, the sun's charged particles would strip away our atmosphere, just like what happened to Mars billions of years ago. Our skies would vanish, ocean would boil away, and Earth would be a lifeless rock. So, every day you're alive, you're surviving because of an invisible shield you can't even see. Did you know galaxies can collide without any stars smashing into each other? That's because stars are unbelievably far apart. If the sun were the size of a coin, the nearest star would be another coin thousands of miles away. So when galaxies like the Milky Way and Andromeda collide in 4 billion years, their stars will mostly slip past each other. Instead of fiery destruction, it's more like two clouds blending. Did you know calling out to aliens might get us humans wiped out? You see, according to the dark forest theory, the universe is like a dark forest filled with hunters. Every civilization hides because announcing your presence could bring danger. If aliens detect Earth's radio signals, they might assume we're a threat and strike before we can advance. In this view, silence isn't fear, it's a strategy. So maybe the scariest part isn't that aliens haven't answered us, instead it's that they already know about us and are just deciding what to do. Did you know if aliens find us, they might never say hello? You see, there's a theory out there called the zoo hypothesis. It suggests advanced civilization could already be aware of us, but they choose not to interfere. Just like humans observing animals in a zoo, to them, we're a young species still evolving, not ready for contact. Every radio wave we send into space could be part of their silent study. So if the theory is right, we are not alone, we're just being watched, waiting for the day we graduate to the cosmic conversation. Did you know there are asteroids in space that have their own moons? How? Well, let's find out about it. That's right, space rocks orbiting other space rocks. The first discovered was Ida, a 31-kilometer asteroid with a 1.4-kilometer moon called Dactyl. Since then, astronomers have found over 150 binary or even triple asteroid systems. These moons likely form from impact or gravitational capture, and they give scientists critical clues about the mass, density, and internal structure of asteroids. Understanding these relationships could help us redirect dangerous asteroids in the future, because knowing how they're built is the first step of stopping them. Turns out some space rocks come with a +1. Did you know some stars orbit black holes so fast they're basically surfing the edge of time? How? Well, let's find out about it. In the center of our galaxy lies Sagittarius A, a supermassive black hole. Nearby, there's a star named S2. It rips around the black hole at 3% the speed of light. That's over 5,000 kilometers per second. At closest approach, it's just 17 light hours from the black hole. Einstein's theory of general relativity predicted that this orbit would shift due to space-time warping, and scientists actually saw this happen. It's one of the strangest real-world proofs of relativity ever recorded. Did you know the moon is rusting and Earth is to blame? How? Well, let's find out about it. In 2020, NASA found hematite, a type of iron oxide on the moon's surface. Basically, rust. But how can iron rust without water and oxygen? The answer is wild. During a full moon, Earth's magnetic field stretches far enough to protect the moon from solar winds and allow traces of oxygen from Earth's upper atmosphere to drift over. Add in water from past lunar impacts and you've got a recipe for rust caused by our planet, Earth. Even 384,000 kilometers away, Earth still leaves fingerprints on the moon. Did you know there's a moon in our solar system with rivers and lakes, but not of water? Saturn's largest moon, Titan, has lakes, rivers, and even rainfall made of liquid methane and ethane. It's the only place besides Earth known to have stable liquid on its surface. Temperatures there are minus 174 Celsius, cold enough to keep methane in liquid form. In 2027, NASA's Dragonfly mission will land there to explore this alien weather system and search for the building blocks of life in one of the most Earth-like yet utterly strange places in the solar system. Imagine a world where gasoline rains from the sky. Well, that's Titan. Did you know our solar system might have a giant planet hiding in the dark? It's called Planet 9, a hypothetical world far beyond Neptune. We haven't seen it directly, but the way certain distant objects move suggests something massive is pulling on them. This mystery planet could take 10,000 to 20,000 years to orbit the Sun once, and if it exists, it's 5 times to 10 times Earth's mass. Some scientists believe it may be a rogue planet captured by the Sun's gravity long ago. Did you know asteroid belts might be essential for intelligent life? The asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter may have played a critical role in shaping Earth's habitability. Some theories suggest that in the early solar system, asteroids delivered water, carbon, and amino acids to Earth, ingredients essential for life. Others believe the asteroid belt acts as a cosmic shield, diverting comets and other debris that might otherwise bombard the inner planets. Interestingly, scientists now look for asteroid belts when studying exoplanet systems. They might be one of the preconditions for complex life. Without a zone of destruction beyond Mars, we might have not evolved at all. You know, there's an asteroid so rich in metal, it's worth more than all the money on planet Earth? Meet 16 Psyche, a 220-kilometer wide asteroid in the asteroid belt. Unlike rocky asteroids, Psyche is believed to be made almost entirely of iron and nickel, the same metals found in planetary cores. Some scientists think Psyche might be the exposed core of a failed planet, never fully formed. NASA is actually sending a mission to Psyche to study it up close, launching in 2023, arriving in 2029. Mining it is impractical right now, but it raises big questions about the future of space economics and off-world industry. One asteroid could redefine wealth if we figured out a way to bring it home. Did you know a single wandering star could fling Earth out of the solar system? How? Well, Let's find out about it. Space is full of rogue stars, massive suns that have been ejected from the galaxies. If even one passes close to our solar system, its gravity could destabilize planetary orbit. Earth could spiral into the sun, be flung into deep space, or crash into another planet. One such rogue star, Skull's star, passed within 0.8 light years away from us, just 70,000 years ago, close enough to disturb the outer orb cloud. These events are rare, but the galaxy is huge and full of dangerous drifters. So, in space, even a drive-by by a distant star could mean cosmic catastrophe. Did you know Earth is hit by asteroids every day, and we're only tracking a few of them? How? Well, let's find out about it. Tiny space rocks hit Earth's atmosphere daily, most burning up harmlessly, but large asteroids like the one that wiped out the dinosaurs still roam the solar system. NASA and ESA track over 30,000 near-Earth objects, but new ones are discovered all the time, including some of the size of stadiums that pass closer than the moon. One such rock, 2023 BU, flew past Earth at just 2,200 miles. That's closer than GPS satellites are to Earth's. We spotted it just days before. The threat? Real. The detection? Simply not fast enough. So, the next extinction level asteroids might already be heading our way, and we humans simply haven't seen it yet. Did you know Earth glows in the dark from space? How? Well, let's find out about it. This glow is called air glow, and it's created by atoms in the upper atmosphere releasing energy at night. After absorbing the sunlight during the day, molecules like oxygen and nitrogen re-emit light, creating faint ribbons of green, red, and even violet across the night sky. Astronauts aboard the ISS can see this glow surrounding Earth like a ghostly shell. It's not the same as the auroras. Air glows happens all around the planet all the time, just very faintly. So, even in the dark, cold universe, Earth is always a shining beacon. A cigar-shaped object named Oumuamua was the first known interstellar object from outside the solar system. In 2017, an astronomer named Robert Weirich, working in Hawaii, detected a strange object traveling through our solar system. It was given the name Oumuamua, from the Hawaiian for scout. After observations confirmed that it was of extrasolar origin, this bizarre cigar-shaped object was unlike anything that had been seen before, and its temporary visit to the solar system sparked a fierce debate about its origin that continues to this very day. Since Oumuamua was only passing through our solar system briefly, scientists had to act quickly to gather as much data as possible. They employed a variety of telescopes and other instruments to study the object's size, shape, composition, and trajectory, but only limited information could be gathered before Oumuamua reached an unfavorable distance for observations. As such, little is known about it, leaving the door for speculation. What if you could step into a tunnel and come out yesterday? How? Well, let's find out about it. Did you know that Einstein's equation allow for tunnels through space that might also link to two different times? Wormholes are theoretical bridges that connect distant points in space, and possibly moments in time. If one end of the wormhole is accelerated near light speed and then returned to the rest, the two ends would experience different time flows due to time dilation. That creates a time gap between two mouths. Step into one and you could emerge in the past or future depending on direction. Well, the problem? Well, wormholes might collapse instantly without exotic matter to hold them open. But if we ever harnessed negative energy, wormholes could become natural time machines. The key to time travel might not be in rockets. Instead, in tunnels we haven't seen yet. Did you know there might be a region where time runs backwards? We are all experiencing time in one direction, the past to the future. But what if somewhere in the cosmos that arrow flips? In 2016, an experiment over Antarctica detected high-energy particles emerging from the Earth, not falling into it. The event was so strange, some physicists suggested the particles may be from a mirror universe, one created at the same time as ours during the Big Bang. But where time flows in reverse. It's still speculative, but the idea fits neatly with some cosmological model. If true, this twin universe could be running backwards compared to ours, evolving from death to birth. It might even follow the same laws of physics, just flipped in time. It's not science fiction, it's real scientific hypothesis being studied today. If another universe is running backwards, then from its point of view, we're the ones running in reverse. What if you can time travel just by flying around the right object in circles? How? Well, let's find out about it. Introducing the Tipler cylinder, a theoretical object first proposed by physicist Frank Tipler. It's essentially a massive, infinitely long cylinder that spins at nearly the speed of light. If you flew a spaceship around in a specific path called a closed timeline curve, you could end up arriving in the path. The spinning motion distorts spacetime so intensely that it loops in on itself. The catch? Well, you need infinite mass and a structure longer than the universe itself. But it's one of the most mathematical valid models of time travel ever proposed. So, is time travel just about engineering the right spin? Maybe someday, the path to the past may just be a perfect circle. Did you know the universe might be pixelated? Most people think of space and time as smooth, continuous things. But what if the universe is built from invisible blocks, like a cosmic Minecraft? Some physicists believe the space-time is quantized, that it isn't smooth at all, but made of ultra-tiny invisible units called Planck lengths and Planck times. Below these scales, reality might not even make sense. Think of it like zooming in on a photo until you see the pixels. This pixelation of reality would mean there's a resolution limit to the universe. No matter how advanced your technology is, you can't zoom in forever. Physicists are trying to detect this structure by looking for tiny irregularities in gravitational waves and gamma ray bursts. If they find it, it would prove the universe has a measurable foundation and might even hint we're living in a programmed system. If the universe has pixels, then reality isn't infinite, it's rendered, and the question is who or what is rendering it. Did you know there are stars that can literally vibrate themselves to death? Stars shine, stars explode, but some stars just shake. And if they shake too much, they just rip themselves apart. Meet the pulsating stars, especially a type called blue supergiants. These massive stars can go through violent internal vibrations caused by instabilities in their fusion cores. When this happens, the star's outer layers swell and contract repeatedly, like a beating drum. These pulses can grow so intense they eject the star's outer layers into space, sometimes multiple times, before the star even goes supernova. In fact, astronomers have seen explosions preceded by mysterious outbursts likely caused by this stellar panic attack. Some stars don't go out quietly, they shudder themselves into oblivion one pulse at a time. Did you know our entire universe might be inside a black hole? You see, black holes suck in matter and vanish it forever. Or do they? What if our entire universe is inside of one? Some physicists propose a radical idea. Every black hole could create a new baby universe on the other side. When matter collapses inside a singularity, it might bounce into a new expanding cosmos. With its own laws of physics, our Big Bang could have been triggered by such a bounce. And from the outside, to whoever created us, our universe looks like a black hole. This could explain why the universe is expanding and why it seems tuned for life. It's the product of cosmic evolution through countless black holes. We may be living in a black hole's afterlife, and our black holes may be birthing other realities. Did you know GPS only works because of relativity? What do space-time and your phone's GPS have in common? Well, everything. Without Einstein, your map app wouldn't know where you are. GPS satellites orbit Earth around 14,000 kilometers per hour and 20,000 kilometers above the surface. At that speed and altitude, time flows differently for them than for us. Thanks to Einstein's general and special relativity, Clocks in orbit tick slightly faster, about 32 microseconds a day. That may not sound like much, but it would throw off your GPS by kilometers every single day. So engineers actually pre-adjust satellite clocks to run slightly slower before launch. Without that correction, the system would fail completely. So every time you check your directions, you're trusting Einstein. GPS isn't just navigating space, it's correcting for the flow of time itself. Did you know time almost stopped in the early universe? We think of the Big Bang as an explosion, but right after it began, time itself nearly froze. After the Big Bang, the universe expanded in a blink, a phase called cosmic inflation. But here's the weird part. During this inflation, space was stretching faster than light, and time itself may have slowed to a crawl. For a tiny moment, there was almost no time at all, just a churning ocean of quantum chaos. Some physicists believe time may have even started during inflation, meaning before time wasn't just a metaphor, it was real. There simply was no before. The birth of the universe may have not have been the start of everything. Instead, it was just the first tick of a cosmic clock. Did you know your head ages faster than your feet? How? Well, let's find out about it. It sounds insane, but time doesn't tick at the same rate across your body. Your head literally experiences the future faster than your toes. This isn't science fiction, it's Einstein. According to general relativity, gravity warps time. The closer you are to a gravitational source, like the Earth's core, the slower time moves. Experiments with ultra-precise atomic clocks prove it. Stand up and your head moves slightly farther from Earth's gravity, so it ages quicker than your feet. Over the lifetime, the difference is tiny, fractions of a nanosecond, but it's real. Imagine what happens on massive planets or near black holes. You're aging unevenly right now. One part of you is always living in the future. Did you know you can never truly experience the present now? You think you're living in the now. Think again. Your brain is stuck in the past, always. How? Well, let's find out about it. Light hit our eyes, sounds hit our ear, but your brain needs milliseconds to interpret it. Neuroscience suggests our conscious awareness is delayed by about 80 milliseconds, meaning you're always reacting to what already happened. The brain creates an illusion of now by stitching past inputs into a present now. Even worse, in the deep space, due to relativity, now is basically meaningless. Two people in different galaxies might disagree on what now even is. Time is not a moment, it's a story your brain tells you, and it's always a little too late. Did you know the moon is slowly stealing Earth's energy? The moon keeps Earth stable, but it's also pulling away from us, draining our planet's rotation as it goes. Each year, the moon drifts 3.8 centimeters farther from Earth. Why? Well, it's because of tidal friction. The same forces that create ocean tides also transfer rotational energy from Earth to the moon. As a result, Earth's rotation is slowing down. Hundreds of millions of years ago, a day on Earth was just 18 hours. Someday in the far future, Earth's rotation will slow down so much that one side will always face the moon. It's a gravitational tug of war that we're slowly losing, 1 second at a time. The moon might light our nights, but it's also slowly stealing our days. Did you know, out there in the universe, there's a planet that's made entirely out of water, but without an atmosphere? Waterworlds aren't just sci-fi. There's a planet out there where oceans may go hundreds of kilometers deep with no land and possibly no atmosphere. It's called TOI-1452b, a super-Earth around 100 light years away. Astronomers believe it could be covered entirely in a deep global ocean, but what's weird is, unlike Earth, it may not even have a gas layer. Instead, water might be directly exposed to space. That would mean no breathable air, but also no atmosphere to trap heat, so the ocean could boil and freeze simultaneously on opposite ends. Beneath the surface, extreme pressure might create exotic ices, or even an inner ocean of superfluid water unlike anything on Earth. A planet where oceans stretch endlessly and the sky is space itself, the strangest water world we've ever found so far. Did you know Saturn's ring might be younger than the dinosaurs? They look timeless, but new evidence suggests Saturn's iconic rings might have formed just a few 100 million years ago. In 2019, NASA's Cassini mission revealed something shocking. Saturn's rings are losing mass and could vanish within 100 million years. Their composition, mostly pure water ice, suggests they haven't had time to darken from space dust. That means they might have formed after the reign of dinosaurs ended, possibly from a shattered icy moon. We may be living in a brief golden age where Saturn is at its most photogenic. One day, future civilizations might look up and see only a bare planet where the rings once were. Even the greatest spectacle in space can be fleeting. Enjoy the rings while they last. Did you know there's a planet that rains lava? Imagine a planet so hot that rock turns into vapor and then it rains down as molten lava. Meet K2-141b, a planet where this nightmare is real. Located 200 light years away, K2-141b is locked in a tight orbit around its star. So close, its surface temperature reaches over 3000 Celsius. It's tidally locked, meaning one side always faces the star. On that side, oceans of molten rock covers the surface. Winds over 3000 miles per hour carry vaporized rock across the equator into the freezing dark side where it rains lava. This creates a planet-wide rock cycle that mimics Earth's water cycle, but with magma. This is a real-life version of the Star Wars planet Mustafar, a planet so extreme it challenges what we thought planets could even be. Did you know there are galaxies out there that travel faster than light? Well, sort of. Nothing can move faster than light except maybe entire galaxies. You see, in the expanding universe, distant galaxies aren't moving through space. They're being carried by it, and as space itself stretches, some galaxies are receding from us at a faster than light speeds. This doesn't violate Einstein's theory because it's not the galaxies moving, but the space expanding between us and them. Eventually, galaxies like GN-Z11 will slip beyond that cosmic horizon, gone forever, not because they're moving too fast, but because the universe grew too big. The universe isn't just expanding, it's accelerating, and one day even the stars we see today will vanish into unreachable darkness. Did you know there's a star behaving in such a mysterious manner compared to other stars? When stars flicker, we usually think it's because of planets passing in front of it. But in 2015, astronomers found a star that defied every explanation. Introducing the Boyajian star, a star so weird that it's hard to explain. It dims by up to 22%, sometimes slowly, sometimes suddenly, and not in any predictable pattern. Not even massive planets or dust clouds could cause such irregular dips. Some scientists even speculate the possibility of megastructure built by advanced civilization, a so-called Dyson sphere. Scientists have since looked at hundreds of stars and none behave this strangely. No clear answers yet, just deepening confusion. Could this be a dying star? Maybe a cosmic accident? Or something more advanced than we can ever imagine? Imagine you're a twin. One of you leaves Earth and comes back younger than the other. How does it happen? Well, let's find out. This is called the twin paradox, a real mind-bending consequence of Einstein's special relativity. Imagine two twins. One stays on Earth, the other boards a spaceship that travels near the speed of light. From the traveler's point of view, time slows down, way down. It's called time dilation. If the ship flies for 10 years at near light speed, the traveling twin might only age 1 or 2 years, while their siblings on Earth ages the full 10. The paradox is this: both twins thinks the other should be moving, so who's actually younger? Well, the catch: acceleration breaks the symmetry. The traveling twin feels the effect of changing direction, which puts them in a different frame of reference. So yes, the traveling twin really does return younger. We've tested this with atomic clocks on jets and GPS satellites. In conclusion, the faster you move, the less time you experience. Time travel? Maybe, and it's already happening. Did you know time may just be an illusion? What if time doesn't actually exist? You see, some physicists argue that time is not fundamental. It's an illusion created by a limited perception. In equations like the Einstein theory of relativity or the Wheeler-DeWitt equation, time doesn't appear at all. Instead, the universe is described as a block of space-time, with past, present, and future all existing simultaneously. You don't move through time, you experience different slices of it. Julian Barber, a theoretical physicist, proposed the idea of nows, static movements like frames in a film reel. Time is just our brain stitching them together. If that's true, you're not aging, you're just experiencing pre-existing versions of yourself in order. Free will, cause and effect, those might just be illusions too. We humans think time flows, but maybe it's just a shadow on the wall of something deeper. Did you know about the grandfather paradox? Imagine, can you travel back in time and erase your own existence? Here's the classic. You go back in time and accidentally prevent your grandfathers from meeting. That means you're never born. But if you were never born, who went back in time? You see, this is the grandfather paradox, and it's one of the biggest headaches in physics. It breaks causality, the law that causes come before effects. Some physicists say time travel to the past is impossible because of this. Others propose solutions. For instance, one of those solutions is the multiverse theory. Your action spawn a new timeline, avoiding paradox. Another one is the self-consistency principle. The universe won't let you make changes that cause contradictions. And the third and final one is Novikov's principle, in which you can time travel, but everything you do was always part of history. So, if you try to change the past, maybe you already did. Want to go back in time? Just make sure you don't erase the reason why you came. Did you know there are galaxies out there that we'll never see ever again, even if we live forever? You see, because the universe is expanding faster and faster, there's a limit to what we'll ever be able to absorb. We call that the cosmic event horizon. Right now, it's around 16 billion years away. Anything beyond that, well, the light from those objects will never reach us, not even eventually. Here's the paradox though. We can see some galaxies now that are already beyond that horizon. Why? Well, it's because their light left billions of years ago when they were still inside our observable zone, but even as we watch them, they're speeding away so fast that the light they emit today will just never get here to Earth. It's like watching someone wave goodbye knowing the next wave is lost forever. The universe isn't just infinite in time, it's infinite in limits. We are watching part of a universe disappear in real time, and there's really nothing that we can do about it. Did you know there are rogue black holes wandering throughout our galaxy? You see, not all black holes sit quietly in the center of our galaxies. Some are actually on the loose. Astronomers have discovered evidence of rogue black holes wandering alone through space, untethered to any star or galaxy. These cosmic nomads are created when massive stars collapse or galaxies merge, and the resulting black hole gets kicked out by gravitational force. One rogue black hole was found 5,000 light years away, moving at 160,000 kilometers per hour. What's terrifying is that they're basically invisible. You can't see them unless they interact with something like bending light from background stars. Some estimates suggest there could be hundreds of millions of rogue black holes in our Milky Way alone. And yes, one could, in theory, pass right through our solar system one day. So, next time you look at our sky, remember, something massive and invisible may be drifting out there alone. Did you know our universe doesn't have a universal now? Let me ask you a question. What time is it in space? It's a tricky question, right? Because now doesn't exist out there. Thanks to Einstein, we now know time is relative. What feels like now to you might not be now to someone light years away. That's because space and time are woven into space-time, and depending on your motion and gravity, your experience of time changes. For instance, if two astronauts fly at different speeds or sit in different gravity wells, their clock doesn't match. And in deep space, that difference becomes huge. So when we ask the question, what's happening right now in another galaxy, the answer is there is no such thing as a universal now. This is why scientists don't talk about simultaneity across the universe. Each observer has their own now, shaped by their path through space-time. In space, time isn't just relative, it's personal. Did you know there are galaxies out there with no dark matter at all? We thought that every galaxy was built with dark matter, but some might be missing it entirely. In 2018, astronomers discovered a galaxy named NGC 1052-DF2 about 65 million years away that defied everything we thought we knew. Unlike most galaxies, this one seems to contain little to no dark matter. Its stars and clusters are moving slower than expected, meaning gravity is weaker than it should be. For decades, dark matter was believed to be essential for galaxy formation, a sort of invisible scaffolding that holds galaxies together. So, finding one without it, that's like discovering a car running with no engine. Some believe that this galaxy was stripped of its dark matter by another nearby galaxy. Others think it might mean our dark matter models are incomplete or even wrong, and NGC 1052-DF2 isn't alone. Its twin, DF4, shows the same mystery. The universe just reminded us the more we know, the more we don't know. Did you know Saturn's iconic rings are disappearing? How, you may ask? Well, let's find out about it. Saturn's iconic rings are one of the most beautiful sights in our solar system, and they are vanishing. Yes, they're literally falling into the planet, and the clock ticking. Saturn's rings, these rings are mostly made of ice particle, dust, and rock. Some no bigger than grains of sand, others the size of mountains. But here's the problem, they are not permanent. NASA's Cassini mission discovered something wild. The rings are raining down onto Saturn. A constant stream of charged particles is being pulled into the planet's atmosphere by gravity and Saturn's magnetic field. The process is called ring rain, and it's removing tons of material every second, up to 10,000 kilometers per second. In fact, that's like an Olympic swimming pool full of ice disappearing every 30 minutes. How long until they're gone? Well, estimates suggest the ring could vanish in as little as 100 million years. That sounds like forever, but in cosmic times, it's basically the blink of an eye. In fact, Saturn may not even had rings for most of its existence. Some researchers believe it only formed around 100 to 200 million years ago, possibly from a shattered moon or comet. So, not only are Saturn's rings temporary, they are also a relatively recent addition. If you were hoping to see Saturn's ring in person one day, better not wait too long, because one of the most stunning features in our solar system is slowly disappearing. Did you know our planet Earth once had 2 moons? Well, let's find out about it. What if I told you the moon once had a twin, but it didn't survive? There's a bold theory out there that suggests the Earth once had 2 moons. The second, smaller moon may have orbited alongside a current moon for millions of years until they both collided in a slow motion crash. Instead of obliterating each other, the smaller moon may have smeared across one side of the larger one, creating the thicker, mountainous far side of the moon we see today. This would explain the moon's asymmetry. One side is smooth and low, the other side is rugged and crust heavy. It also hints at a chaotic early solar system where moons could fight to survive and sometimes merge. So, next time you look at a moon, remember it might be 2 moons in one fused together in a cosmic head-on hug. Did you know there's a giant hexagon on Saturn's North Pole? You see, there's a massive 6-side storm on Saturn, and it's perfectly shaped, like something built with math. Discovered by Voyager spacecraft and later observed by Cassini, Saturn's hexagon is a persistent weather pattern at the planet's north pole. It spans around 200,000 miles wide, big enough to fit 4 Earth inside, and has been spinning for decades. What makes it so strange is the shape. It's a perfect hexagon with sharp corners and straight lines formed naturally by atmospheric flow. It's believed to be caused by jet stream dynamics like fluids rotating in a lab, but on a planetary scale. Oh, and the center of it? Well, it's only a massive vortex that looks like a hurricane from hell. There's a planet that orbits 2 stars like a Tatooine. You've heard that right. There's a planet out there with 2 suns in the sky, and we humans have discovered it. Meet Kepler-16b, the first confirmed circumbinary planet, a world that orbits 2 stars at once. Located around 200 light years away, this gas giant experiences something Earth never could: double sunsets. Depending on your location of the surface, if you could stand on it that is, you'd see 2 stars rising and setting together, or one chasing the other across the sky. The planet is cold, around -100 Celsius, and likely too gaseous to support life, but it proves the binary systems can host stable planets. Since Kepler-16b, astronomers have found dozens more Tatooine-style planets. Some might even be Earth-like. Did you know the sun rings like a bell constantly? You see, our sun is actually humming all day, every day, like a giant vibrating bell in space. It turns out the sun is constantly pulsating, and those ripples travels across its surface and deep into its core. These oscillations, called helioseismic waves, are caused by trapped sound waves bouncing around inside the sun. Even though we can't hear them directly in space, scientists have translated the data into audible tones, and the result? Well, the sun has deep, eerie hum that never stops. By studying the frequencies of these vibrations, astronomers can peer inside the sun like using ultrasound to explore the human body. It's one of the few ways we can study the solar interior without melting anything. Did you know the moon has a tail and it hits Earth once a month? You see, the moon doesn't just orbit the Earth. In fact, it leaves a trail and it's smacking Earth once a month. Yes, you've heard that right. The moon has a sodium tail like a comet, and every month during new moon, Earth passes through it. This tail is made of sodium atoms blasted off the moon's surface by the solar radiation and micrometeorites. The sun's light pressure then pushes those atoms into a long, invisible trail that stretches over the 100,000 miles behind the moon. Earth actually flies through this tail every new moon, like driving through the moon's cosmic exhaust. We don't feel it because it's insanely thin, but special telescopes can detect it by the faint orange glow it gives off. This phenomenon was only confirmed in the last couple decades, and it's one of those "how did we not know that sooner" facts. The moon having a secret tail, and we've been driving through it our whole lives? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Did you know there's a star that spins at 43,000 times per minute? Have you ever seen a star spinning faster than a blender on high? You're about to. Meet PSR J1748-2446 AD, the fastest spinning neutron star ever discovered. This thing rotates at a mind-melting 716 times per second. That's over 43,000 times per minute. It's about 12 miles wide, but its density is off the charts. A sugar cube-sized piece of it would weigh 1 billion tons. Its incredible spin is powered by the transfer of angular momentum from a companion star. Basically, it steals energy to keep itself spinning like mad. This ultra-fast spin means it flings out radio waves like a beacon, which can be detected here on Earth. If it was spinning just a little faster, it might literally tear itself apart from the centrifugal force. It's sitting on the edge of what physicists say it's possible for matter to survive. The fastest spinning object in the universe, and it hasn't exploded yet? Did Did you know a nearby star literally ate its own planets? What happens when a star gets hungry? Turns out it devours its own solar system. In 2021, astronomers studying a binary system called HD 101065 discovered evidence of a star that had swallowed rocky planets. They detected elements in the star's atmospheres like lithium, iron, and silicon that aren't supposed to be there unless it consumed planetary material. The star likely gobbled up one or many planets during its red giant phase, expanding outwards and tearing them apart with its gravity. This isn't just rare, it gives us a glimpse of our own sun's future. Billions of years from now, when it expands into a red giant, it might consume Mercury, Venus, and even Earth. This star is like a celestial crime scene, and the clues are floating in its outer layers. Did you know there's a moon in our solar system that might have alien life under its ice? Looking for aliens? Don't look at distant stars. Try looking right in our own backyard. Meet Europa, one of Jupiter's largest moons. At first glance, it's just a frozen ball of ice. But underneath that icy shell, scientists believe there's a massive liquid ocean, potentially twice the volume of all Earth's oceans combined. This ocean is kept warm by tidal heating. As Europa gets stretched and squeezed by Jupiter's gravity, friction heats its interior, keeping water liquid beneath the ice. Here's the mind-blowing part. Conditions down there might be perfect for life. No sunlight? Well, that's not a problem. On Earth, entire ecosystems thrive near deep-sea hydrothermal vents with no light at all. Europa could have similar vents, possibly with alien microbes or even complex life. NASA is already planning missions like the Europa Clipper, set to launch soon to find out if we are really not alone. Have you ever heard of black holes? What if I told you the universe might have its twin? They're called white holes, and in theory, they do the exact opposite of black holes. Instead of sucking in everything, a white hole spits out everything: matter, energy, and even light. According to Einstein's equation, white holes are mathematically possible. In fact, some physicists think every black hole might be connected to a white hole via a wormhole. Basically, if something falls into a black hole, it could emerge somewhere else instantly. Here's where it gets crazier. Some scientists think the Big Bang itself might have been a result of a white hole explosion, spitting out our entire universe. No white holes have ever been observed, but researchers are looking for it. If they do exist, they could rewrite everything we know about time, space, and life. Did you know there's a planet that rains molten glass sideways? Have you ever imagined a weather so extreme it makes hurricanes look cute? Try glass raining flying sideways at 5,400 miles per hour. This hellish world is called HD 189733b, a gas giant just 64 light years away. It's known for one of the most violent climates in the galaxy. Winds here reach speeds of over 2 kilometers per second. That's 7 times faster than Earth's fastest hurricane winds. But that's not actually the most scariest part. Because of the planet's intense heat and high pressure atmosphere, tiny silicate particles form in the clouds and then condense into glass. The planet's wind then whips this molten glass around the globe horizontally like a deadly sideways blender. It's so hot, with temperatures over 1700 Fahrenheit or 930 Celsius, that the planet literally glows deep blue. But don't let that fool you. It's not water, it's a storm of death. Did you know an entire solar system is flying through space inside a giant bubble? No joke, it's called the heliosphere, a massive protective bubble formed by the solar wind blowing out from the sun. This bubble shields us from dangerous radiation and high energy particles coming from interstellar space. Here's what's wild: the heliosphere is asymmetrical. It's shaped more like a croissant than a perfect sphere. Why? Well, it's because the sun is moving through the galaxy and interstellar gas pushes forces against it, shaping the bubble differently on each side. In 2012, the Voyager 1 spacecraft became the first human-made object to exit the heliosphere and enter interstellar space. Since then, it's been sending back data that's helping scientists map this invisible force field. We're all living inside a protective space bubble powered by the sun. Wild, right? Subscribe for more Cosmic Secrets. Imagine something the size of a city that weighs more than our entire sun. It exists, and it's terrifying. A neutron star is what's left after a massive star explodes in a supernova. All of its mass collapses into a sphere just 10 to 15 miles wide, but it's so dense that just 1 teaspoon of it weighs over 1 billion tons. That's like squeezing Mount Everest into a coffee cup. Neutron stars are made of pure nuclear matter, and their gravity is second only to black holes. They also spin incredibly fast, up to 700 times per second, and some emit beams of energy that sweep across space like a cosmic strobe light. Would you ever want to see one up close? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Did you know the entire universe is being pulled by something we can't see or explain? Astronomers have observed that galaxy clusters across the universe are all drifting in the same direction towards a mysterious region of space scientists call the dark flow. This motion isn't caused by gravity from nearby objects. In fact, it seems to be coming from beyond the observable universe, a place we can't see or measure. Some believe it might be evidence of a multiverse where another universe is exerting gravitational pull on ours. Others think it could be remnants of earlier cosmic structure from before the Big Bang. Here's the crazy part. No telescope can see what's causing it. It's like the universe is being sucked towards a cosmic drain and we have no clue why. What's pulling us through space? The universe is hiding something big. Drop your theories in the comments below. Did you know there's a black hole that's moving at insane speeds out there in the universe? You see, black holes are terrifying enough, but imagine one flying through space at millions of miles per hour. Scientists discovered a runaway black hole that's moving at 3.9 miles per hour. That's fast enough to travel from Earth to the moon in just 3 minutes. This black hole, about 20 times the mass of our sun, was likely kicked out of its original galaxy after a collision with another black hole, or a violent galaxy merger. As it speeds through space, it's leaving a trail of newborn stars behind it, something never seen before. If it were headed towards us, which is not, let me make that very clear, we'd have no way of stopping it. It would devour our entire solar system in its path. A black hole on the loose? That's terrifying. What would you do if one came near Earth? Comment below. Did you know there is a mysterious heartbeat signal coming from space? Scientists just detected a strange heartbeat signal coming from deep space. This bizarre radio signal named FRB 2019-1221A is unlike anything we've ever seen. It's a fast radio burst FRB, a type of space signal that usually lasts milliseconds, but this one is repeated for 3 seconds straight, 1,000 times longer than usual, pulsing in a steady rhythm like a heartbeat. What's causing it? The leading theory is a magnetar, a type of neutron star with a mind-blowing magnetic field, but some scientists say it's so regular it almost seems artificial. Could it be from an intelligent source? Well, we don't know yet. Cosmic heartbeat, could it be aliens? Let me know what you think in the comments. Did you know scientists just found a planet that shouldn't exist? But wait, it does. Meet TOI-5205b, a gas giant orbiting a star way too small to form a planet like it. Normally, giant planets like Jupiter form around large hot stars, but TO1-5205b is orbiting a tiny red dwarf. How did it get there? Well, nobody knows. Theories suggest it somehow gathered enough material against all odds, making it a cosmic rule breaker. The universe just keeps surprising us. What do you think? Miracle or mystery? Comment below. Did you know there are stars that flashes light like a cosmic lighthouse? Meet pulsars, the galaxy's most extreme spinning stars. They are the leftover cores of exploded stars that rotate hundreds of times per second while shooting out beams of radiation. The crazy part, some of them are more precise than atomic clocks. One pulsar, PSR J1748-2446 AD, spins 716 times per second, so fast that if you stood on its surface, which you wouldn't survive, you'd be moving at nearly 1/4 of the speed of light. Scientists even use pulsars as cosmic GPS markers, mapping the universe in ways we never thought possible. A real-life space lighthouse? That's wild! Like and subscribe for more cosmic craziness. The universe is full of mind-blowing structures, but did you know there's a wall stretching across billions of light years? The Hercules Corona Borealis Great Wall is one of the largest known structures in the universe. It's a cosmic supercluster spanning 10 million light years. To put that into perspective, it's 1/10 the size of the entire observable universe. What's crazy is that scientists aren't sure how it exists. According to our best physics model, nothing should have been able to form at that scale due to the way gravity works. Yet, this cosmic giant is there, made up of thousands of galaxies, gas, and dark matter. What do you think about it? Let us know in the comments. Did you know who named our planet Earth? The answer? Well, no one knows. You see, ancient cultures had different names for that planet, often linked to nature or creation myths. The modern name Earth has been used for many centuries, but no single person or group officially named it. It just evolved over time. Have you ever wondered how the solar system sounds? Did you know any free-moving liquid in outer space will form itself into a sphere? You see, in space, the force of surface tension is the only force that affects how liquids behave. That means if the liquid is free of any surface, it will form into a sphere. However, as soon as it comes into contact with a surface, it will instead cling to it and spread across it. Did you know the International Space Station is the largest manned object ever sent into space? At 109 meters long, the International Space Station, also known as ISS, sits roughly 250 miles above the Earth and is the third brightest object in the night sky. Did you know Earth is the only planet not named after a Roman god? You see, most planets in our solar systems are named after Roman gods or goddesses. However, this is not the case for Earth. The name Earth is derived from the Old English word eop, which means ground or land. Did you know a person who weighs 220 pounds on Earth would weigh 84 pounds on Mars due to its lower gravity? Alright, let's talk about weight loss. And no, we're not talking about dieting, we're talking about Mars. Imagine you weigh 220 pounds on Earth, you're living your best life, maybe feeling a little heavy, and maybe even thinking about skipping leg day. Now, let's head over to Mars and boom, you're down to just 84 pounds. That's right, on Mars, you'd weigh way less. Why? You see, Mars has only 38% of Earth's gravity, so everything there weighs less. You know, you, your snacks, your responsibilities, and even your awkward dance moves. Imagine ordering a burger on Mars, you'd weigh way less, but the calories Same as Earth. Talk about being light on your feet and heavy on your stomach. So, next time you want to lose weight but can't make it to the gym, just hop over the spaceship to Mars. Have you ever wondered how much a full NASA spacesuit costs? The answer might surprise you. Brace yourself. Each NASA spacesuit costs around $12 million. That's more than the price of multiple houses, expensive cars, and even some space missions themselves. So, why is it so expensive? Well, you see, these spacesuits are high-tech and built for extreme conditions. Each suit is made up of 15 layers of materials designed to protect astronauts from extreme temperatures, radiation, and even space debris. Plus, the suits include a life support system that provides oxygen, removes carbon dioxide, and keeps astronauts comfortable in space. These suits are custom made for each astronaut, ensuring that they can move freely, work in zero gravity, and stay alive in the harshest environment. So, while $12 million is a huge price tag, it's essential to further humanity's space exploration. Did you know that Mercury and Venus are the only two planets in our solar system that don't have any moons? Let's dive into why. First, let's talk about Mercury. It's the closest planet to the Sun, and that's a big part of why it doesn't have any moon. You see, Mercury's close proximity to the Sun means the Sun's gravitational pull is so strong that it likely prevents any moons from staying in orbit around it. Any moon will be pulled right into the Sun. Now, let's look at Venus. Venus is similar to Earth in size, but its atmosphere and extreme conditions like the surface temperatures hot enough to melt lead make it a tough place for moons to form or survive. So, unlike Earth, Mars, or the gas giants, Mercury and Venus are moonless, which makes them unique in our solar system. Did you know Saturn can float in water? You see, Saturn is a gas giant, meaning it's mostly made up of hydrogen and helium, two of the lightest elements in the universe. Because of this, Saturn's density is incredibly low, less than water. So, in theory, if you had a bathtub big enough to fit Saturn, and we're talking a really big one, it would actually float like a giant beach ball. Saturn might be light, but don't let that fool you. Its mass is 95 times greater than Earth's, and it has over 60 moons orbiting it. Floating or not, Saturn will always be a heavyweight champion of the solar system. What if I told you there's a planet made almost entirely of diamonds? Sounds like a sci-fi movie, right? Meet 55 Cancri E, a super Earth twice the size of a planet but with a truly insane composition. Scientists believe this exoplanet is rich in carbon and exposed to such extreme heat and pressure that it may have a diamond crust. Here's how it happened. This planet orbits a sun-like star so closely that a year lasts just 18 hours. The extreme heat, over 4,000 Fahrenheit or 2,200 Celsius, combined with its carbon-heavy makeup, likely transformed it into a literal jewel floating in space. But here's the catch. Even if we could travel 40 light years to reach it, mining it would be impossible. The planet's gravity is twice as strong as Earth's, and the surface conditions would vaporize any spaceship that got too close. A diamond planet? That's next level luxury. Would you visit if you could? Let me know in the comments. Did you know you could survive for a couple of minutes in a leaky spacesuit? You see, if your spacesuit gets a small puncture, you won't explode like in the movies. Instead, the air pressure drops and oxygen leaks out. Your body has about 15 seconds of usable oxygen in your bloodstream, so holding your breath is not a good idea. That could actually damage your lungs. Without the suit, space is freezing cold, but heat loss takes time. You won't instantly freeze. You'll have about 1 to 2 minutes before losing consciousness, and stress of the situation may make these symptoms worse. But it's not all bad news, however, because if you're rescued and repressurized quickly, you could survive with minimal damage. Did you know there's a giant void in space? Imagine a massive empty space that stretches across a billion light years. This is a supervoid, one of the biggest mysteries in the universe. The supervoid is an area of space that's almost completely empty. Very few galaxies, stars, or even dark matter. It's located in a region known as the cold spot, and scientists aren't sure why it exists. Some theories suggest it could be the result of how the universe expanded after the Big Bang, while others think it might be linked to a mysterious dark energy. Could this giant void be a clue to solving one of the universe's biggest mysteries? There's so much we don't know, and that's one of many things that make space so endlessly fascinating. Did you know there's a planet that could be completely covered in lava? Imagine a planet when the entire surface is covered in ocean lava. That's what you find on 55 Cancri, also known as Super Earth. 55 Cancri is about twice the size of Earth and is located just 40 light years away. Because it orbits so close to its star, the surface temperatures soar to over 4,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Scientists believe that this heat could cause molten lava to flow across the surface, creating a hellish, glowing landscape. Plus, one side of the planet is always facing the star, meaning it's permanently scorched, while the other side might be a bit cooler. So, let me ask you, would you want to visit a planet like that? Or is it too hot to handle? It's amazing to think just how different planets can be from what we're used to. Did you know the dark side of the moon is not really dark? You see, I'm sure by now you've heard the term the dark side of the moon. Well, I'm here to tell you it's really not dark at all. You see, the term dark side is a bit misleading. There's no side of the moon that's always in darkness. What people mean is the far side of the moon, the part that never faces Earth because the moon is tidally locked to our planet. Both sides of the moon get equal sunlight as it orbits Earth, but because we only ever see one face of the moon, it's easy to think the other side is always dark. So, next time you hear someone say dark side of the moon, you can impress them with the truth. Who knows what else we'll find on the far side as we explore it more. Did you know there are planets out there that don't orbit any star at all? They're called rogue planets and they're drifting alone in the dark. You see, rogue planets form just like regular planets, but something knocks them out of their solar system, sending them adrift through space. Scientists think there could be billions of these planets in our galaxy, wandering alone, cold and dark. Some might be Earth-sized, while others could be gas giants like Jupiter. Because they don't have a star, finding them is extremely difficult, but new technology is helping us catch glimpses of these mysterious worlds. Could these rogue planets be home to hidden oceans or even life that we don't yet know about? The possibilities are endless, and that's one of the many things that makes space so fascinating. Did you know there's a planet where it rains diamonds? Yep, you've heard that right. Deep into our solar system, there are planets like Neptune and Uranus where the weather is totally wild. Scientists believe that on these giant planets deep down in the atmosphere, it gets so hot and the pressure is so strong that carbon turns into diamond. Imagine diamonds falling from the sky like raindrops. But don't pack your bags just yet. These planets are way too far and dangerous for us to visit. How does this happen? Well, the intense pressure inside these giants squeezes carbon atoms so tight that they form crystals, which are in fact diamonds. These diamonds might even sink into the planet's core, creating diamond ocean. That's crazy, right? So, next time you look up in the sky, remember there's a whole universe out there with mind-blowing things like diamond rainstorms on distant planets. The coldest place in the universe isn't a galaxy far away, it's in fact a nebula. You think space is cold? You haven't heard about the Boomerang Nebula yet. It's the coldest place we've ever found in the universe, even colder than the void of space itself. The Boomerang Nebula, located around 5,000 light years away, has temperatures that drop to minus 458 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 272 degrees Celsius. That's just 1 degree above absolute zero, where atoms completely stop moving. But how does it get so cold? You see, the nebula is a dying star expelling gas at high speeds, which cools it down drastically, making it colder than empty space. This nebula just shows us how strange and extreme conditions can get in the universe. Can you imagine other mysterious places out there waiting to be discovered? Did you know the universe is getting bigger every second? You see, it's true. Scientists discovered galaxies are moving away from each other. They found this out by looking at something called redshift, where light stretches out as galaxies move apart. This means that the universe has been expanding ever since the Big Bang. You might be wondering, so what's out there beyond the edge of the universe? You see, we really don't know yet, but it's exciting to imagine. What do you think is out there? Let me know in the comments. Have you ever wondered why humans have not gone back to the moon since the Apollo 17 mission in 1972? Well, there's a few reasons for it. One, for instance, is the cost of funding. NASA's Apollo program was very expensive, costing around $25 billion at the time, which is around $150 billion today. After the US won the space race against the Soviet Union, public interest in government funding for the moon missions dropped. 2. Really, there's no immediate need. You see, the Apollo missions were driven by the Cold War competition. Once the US proved it could land on the moon, there wasn't a strong reason to keep going, especially since the moon doesn't have any valuable resources yet that make it worth the cost. And 3. Focus on other missions. Instead of the moon landing, space agencies focused on projects like the Space Shuttle program. Another one is the International Space Station, or ISS for short, for long-term space research, or exploring Mars and beyond with robots. Did you know why Pluto is no longer considered a planet? You see, in 2006, the International Astronomical Union redefined what it means to be a planet. According to the new definition, a planet must meet these 3 criteria. 1. It must orbit the Sun. Pluto does in fact do this. 2. It must be massive enough for its gravity to make it nearly round in shape. Pluto is also round. And 3. It must have cleared its orbit of other debris, and this is where Pluto fails. You see, Pluto hasn't cleared its orbit because it shares its space with other objects in the Kuiper Belt, a region full of icy bodies beyond Neptune. Since it didn't meet all 3 requirements, Pluto was reclassified as a dwarf planet instead. Even though Pluto isn't officially a planet anymore, many people still love it and consider it special. Did you know Mercury is still shrinking? You see, Mercury is already the smallest planet in our solar system, and that's excluding the dwarf planet like Pluto, of course, and the second densest after Earth, and it's only getting smaller and denser. For many years, scientists believed that Earth was the only technologically active planet in the solar system. That changed after the Messenger spacecraft did the first orbital mission at Mercury, mapping the entire planet in high definition and getting a good look at the features on its surface. In 2016, data from the Messenger spacecraft revealed cliff-like landform known as fault scarps. Because the fault scarps are relatively small, scientists assured that they weren't created that long ago and that the planet is still contracting 4.5 billion years after the solar system was first formed. Uranus and Neptune may have switched places. The outmost planets, Uranus and Neptune, are often referred to as the ice giants because they are primarily composed of water, ammonia, and methane ice. Some simulations suggest that early in the history, they effectively changed places, meaning Uranus might once have been the last planet in the solar system, but they gave the role to Neptune. As advanced models of the young solar system dynamics, called the NICE model, has developed and refined since its inception in 2005. In the NICE model, the giant planets formed closer to the Sun and they migrated outwards to their present orbits as the protoplanetary disks dissipated. Curiously, a significant number of simulations show Uranus and Neptune switching places as they both migrate away from the Sun. It's possible that Uranus was originally the outermost planet. While this hypothesis is speculative, it could explain one puzzling mystery surrounding Uranus, that the entire planetary system is tilted on its side. Did you know Earth has got itself a new moon? A mini-moon to be more precise, and this just happened a few days ago. You see, officially known as 2024 PT5, this mini-moon is actually an asteroid. It's small and dark, both of which make it difficult to see, especially due to its distance from Earth. It poses no threat to the planet. Its orbit will take it into a horseshoe shape around Earth and then back out into the depth of the outer space. The word mini-moon is used for asteroids or comets that become bound to our gravity and so become a satellite, just like the real moon that we see every night. They are mini because they're small and not like the more known moons that surround us and other planets in the solar system, since they usually leave quickly after arriving. It is thought to come from the Arjuna asteroid group, a set of asteroids that are just under 100 million miles from the sun and have similar objects. This is one of the very few times that we humans have seen Earth acquire a new temperate satellite of this kind. Doing so is both a testament of how advanced our astronomy capabilities are, but also how busy the universe is. Did you know there is an uncountable number of stars in the known universe? You see, we humans basically have no idea how many stars there are in the universe. Right now, we use an estimate of how many stars there are in our own galaxy, the Milky Way. We then multiply that by the number of the best guesstimate of the number of galaxies in the universe. After all that math, NASA can only confidently say there are zillions of accountable stars. A zillion is an uncountable number. An Australian National University study put their estimates at 76 trillion. Put it another way, that's 70,000 million. Did you know Venus spins backwards? You see, Venus spins in the opposite direction to the rest of the planet in our solar system. Clearly, this is a puzzle that requires solving if we are to understand more about the formation and evolution of our solar system. Could it be that in the early days of the solar system, Venus was perhaps hit by another object, sending it spinning in the opposite direction? The truth is, there is no confirmed theory as to why Venus spins backwards relative to the other planets. Did you know there is a giant body of water floating in space? You see, in 2011, scientists discovered the oldest and largest reservoir of water in existence, and it was found floating through space. The water is equivalent to 140 trillion times all of the water in the oceans, and it could easily provide every single person on Earth a planet's worth of water 200,000 times over. This is an almost incomprehensible amount of water, and it's particularly odd when outer space is considered to be a desolate and dry place. The water was discovered around a gigantic black hole that is in the process of sucking in matter and spraying out enormous amount of energy known as a quasar. Water is created by waves of energy knocking hydrogen and oxygen atoms together. This was found at a distance of 12 billion light years, meaning that this was occurring in the earliest times of our universe. Did you know the moon is getting farther away every year? You see, the moon exerts a pull on Earth, causing our planet to be slightly egg-shaped. It affects water even more and causing the oceans to pile up towards one side of the planet, forming a tidal bulge. This bulge is dragged around with the moon as it orbits. As Earth rotates faster than the moon, 24 hours versus 27.3 days, the bulge moves slightly ahead of the moon's position in orbit. The moon pulls back on it, effectively trying to slow it down and causing Earth's rotation to gradually slow down over time as a result. As the two bodies interact with gravity, this tugging causes Earth to lose energy while the moon gains energy. Because of this energy boost, the moon is slowly spiraling outwards, moving away from us by 3.8 centimeters per year. Did you know it takes around 230 million years for our solar system to orbit the Milky Way? You see, everyone knows it takes 24 hours for Earth to rotate on its axis and 365 days to orbit the Sun. But we never hear much about a galactic year. This is probably because it's estimated to take a whopping 225 to 250 million years for the solar system to orbit around the center of the Milky Way. To put that into perspective, the Big Bang occurred around 61 galactic years ago, and the dinosaurs would have been walking the Earth 1 galactic year ago. Dinosaurs were then wiped out 0.26 galactic years ago, with modern humans making an appearance just 0.001 galactic year ago. Some believe that in 1 galactic year, all the continents on Earth will have fused into a supercontinent. These breathtaking statistics put into perspective just how long the universe has been around, and are enough to make anyone feel slightly insignificant in the big picture. Did you know there are more stars in the universe than there are grains of sand on Earth? You see, the size of the universe is truly mind-boggling and difficult to comprehend. Astronomer Carl Sagan is famous for claiming there are more stars in the universe than there are grains of sand on the world's deserts and beaches. But this is of course difficult to prove. Many people do not take this as a fact and instead just see it as a good way of describing how astonishing big the cosmos is. Scientists went about conducting a study at the Australian National University to see if Sagan's claims are in fact true, and after some mammoth and mind-melting calculations were made, they discovered that this was in fact the case. This is certainly something to think about the next time you're relaxing on a beach somewhere, as it really puts into perspective just how vast and unexplored the entire universe is. Did you know a spacecraft had visited every planet in our solar system? You see, we've been exploring space for more than 60 years and have been lucky enough to get close-up pictures of dozens of celestial objects. Most notably, we've sent spacecraft to all of the planets in our solar system. This includes Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune, as well as the two dwarf planets Pluto and Ceres. The bulk of the flybys came from NASA's Voyager 1 and Voyager 2, which left Earth more than 4 decades ago and has still transmitted data from interstellar space. Between them, the Voyagers clocked visits to Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune thanks to opportune alignments of the outer planets. Did you know the footprints on the moon will be there for 100 million years? You see, the moon has no atmosphere. This means there's no wind to erode the surface and no water to wash the footprints away. This in turn means the footprint of the Apollo astronauts, along with the spacecraft prints, the rover prints and any discarded material will be there on the moon for millions of years to come. Did you know that a day in Venus is longer than 1 year in Venus? How? Let me explain. Venus is sometimes referred to as Earth's evil twin due to the pair's similar sizes and composition but very different climates. While Earth has a rotation period of 23 hours, 56 minutes and 4.1 seconds, Venus takes much longer to make a full rotation on its axis, with a period of 243 Earth days. By comparison, it takes Venus just 224 Earth days to orbit the Sun, so it would seem that a Venusian day is longer than its year. Did you know Mercury takes roughly 3 Earth months to orbit the Sun? Let's think about it. In 3 months, what can you do? You can write a book, maybe pass your driving test, or maybe learn basic guitar, basic piano. However, it's also the amount of time it takes Mercury to travel around the Sun. It's the shortest orbit in the solar system because Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun. So next time someone asks you when you'll get around to mowing the lawn, just tell him, hey, it'll be roughly 1 Mercurium a year. I'll see myself out. Did you know humans can never walk in Uranus? If we ever manage to travel to the gas planet, you might be in for a shock when you step off the spaceship. That's because Uranus doesn't possess a solid surface, so there is nothing for us to walk on. This ice giant primarily comprises of hydrogen and helium, with traces amount of methane that give the planet its distinctive hue. If you could somehow make it through the atmosphere, you'd find yourself sinking into the icy liquids of the main planet. Did you know Saturn's rings are incredibly thin? Saturn, the 6th planet from the Sun, is known for its spectacular rings that encircle the gas giant. While they appear to be solid and continuous from afar, the reality is that they're made of trillions of individual pieces of ice and small amount of rock, ranging in size from tiny dust-like particles to giant boulders. One of the most remarkable things about Saturn's ring is their incredible thinness. Despite stretching out to a distance of nearly 140 kilometers from Saturn's equator, the rings are only a few hundred meters thick at most. Put it another way, the rings are hundreds of thousands of times wider than they are tall. For comparison, a Blu-ray disc is 120 milliliters wide and 1.2 milliliters thick. To match the scale of Saturn's ring at its thickness, the Blu-ray disc would need to be about 1 kilometer wide. Did you know there could be as many as 10 billion Earth-like planets in the Milky Way? In 2019, astronomers combined data from the Kepler Space Telescope with new results from the European Space Agency's Gaia mission, concluding that on average, as many as 1 in 6 stars host an Earth-sized planet in its habitable zone, potentially tens of billions of such worlds are strewn across the Milky Way. While the search for Earth-like planets continues, the range of environments that can be considered habitable is widening. An exact Earth analog may not be necessary for complex life, and the number of life support havens may be higher than we think. Do you know this? Only a fraction of stars are actually white. To our eyes, most stars appear as white. A few are distinct yellow or orange, others are a pallid blue, but their colours generally appear more subtle than vibrant and often go unnoticed by casual stargazers. Yet photographs of the sky reveals that most show a prominent colour and only a fraction are actually white. That's because stars behave similarly to theoretical objects called black holes, which absorb all the radiation incident on them. In physics, a black body will radiate as it's heated, and its apparent color will depend on its effective temperature. The same is true of stars, and since every star has an effective temperature, it also has peak output color. Did you know diamonds are found all over the galaxy? Diamonds are one of the hardest and most lustrous materials on Earth. It's formed under extreme pressure and heat beneath the surface of the planet. But it turns out that diamonds are not exclusive to our planet and may be found throughout the solar system, galaxy, and beyond. Scientists have proposed that diamonds may be formed in the atmospheres of both Uranus and Neptune. Astronomers have discovered the presence of hydrocarbons in both atmospheres, and under the right conditions, they become the building blocks of diamonds. In recent years, astronomers have identified a number of potential diamond-rich exoplanet candidates, worlds orbiting stars other than the Sun. One diamond-rich candidate is BPN 37093, located about 53 light-years from the Earth. It's a white dwarf star, once somewhat similar to the Sun, and has since matured into a much smaller carbon and oxygen-rich star. Its brightness varies with a pulsating pattern, and astronomers were able to use this characteristic to measure how much of the star's interior has crystallized as the star has cooled. The calculation indicates that as much as 90% of the star's mass is now a crystal structure, a solid core made of diamond measuring about 2,000 miles across. Nicknamed Lucy after the Beatles songs Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, this star may very well be hiding the most valuable diamond yet known, comparable in size to the Moon and 100,000 times heavier than the Earth. Did you know space is completely silent? There is no air, there is no atmosphere. Since it's a vacuum, sound waves will have no medium to travel to. That means no one will hear you scream, even if you shout the loudest. While sound waves, mechanical waves, need a medium to travel, radio waves can travel in the void of space. Astronauts use radio to stay in communication while in space, since radio waves can still be sent and received in a vacuum environment.